I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found a peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Hey everybody!
Hey y'all!
Oh, glory!
Hey, how's it going, Papa Lynch?
Yeah, how are you? Nice to
Doing
see
pretty
you.
good. I can't complain.
See what we're doing here today. I've had an online day. I started out this morning with Patty on his live stream. We did a 10 to 12 my time, 2-hour live stream. It was great fun. Really had a good time with it. And then I've been fussing around. That was at home. I did that at home. Then I came in here and I've been basically fussing around here all day.
Hey, that's good. I tried looking up your video with Patty and I couldn't find it.
Well, it'll be on his live stream.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to get it up on mine, and then I realized I was going to have a problem with feedback.
Yeah.
So I decided not to do it because I didn't want to get tangled up.
Yeah,
Paul
I don't blame
Cohen.
you.
I haven't seen Paul Cohen in a while. Hi, Paul. Ken Minnie, where is Father Fish? He says. Right here he is. Let's see. Justin Herbert from Down Under. Deep sleep, relaxed travel. That's funny. I saw her channel this week. And I think I signed up.
I've got to go to it and check it out.
Yeah, I deep sleep. So she's come to join us. That's very nice.
Yeah, I think I'm going to subscribe to her channel too. That relaxing sleep music, I need that.
Yeah, I don't. It just came up random.
Yeah.
And she had such a pretty smile. I was kind of taken in by her smiles.
Yeah.
So jumped on. Mattis Factory, Andrew Fenna, Paul's in New York. Where is Father Fish, says Ken Minnie.
We found him.
And
He's right
Bob
there.
said something spells fishy. Let's see. So who asked the question? Oh, Diane Offland asked how we met.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember?
Yeah, we met on Discord.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I really did not kind of focus in on you until I got a letter from you by mail, a snail mail letter.
You know,
And
I forgot about that.
I got it right here. I kept it.
That is so cool.
It says, "Hi, Father Fish. Thank you for here." I'll tell you. There's the letter.
That is so cool. I did not know you kept that.
Yeah. Thank you for helping me to have the courage to step into the amazing world of natural fish keeping. This journey has brought me so much joy. If not for your YouTube channel, I would have never taken a step on this journey. I hope you enjoy the Amazon frog bit. Yeah, you sent me plants.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
A box of plants. As much as I have, so glad they're going to a good home. If you ever need more, please don't hesitate. I have plenty. God bless you. And thank you again, sincerely, Dina Staggs, aka Lolita, Psycho Plant Lady. That's cool. So I read that and I got back to you and thank you. And that's when we started talking, I think.
Yeah, that was. That's almost a year ago. You've got a better memory than I do. Actually, that would be a year ago now, wouldn't it?
Oh, was it that long ago? Golly, it doesn't seem like. Really? How long have you been doing YouTube with me? Live
Let's
stream?
see. Live
Can't be
stream,
that
I
long.
think since, I can't remember. I think since March. I'd have to look on my
Oh,
channel.
about 6 months. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah. Mountain Man, how old is Father Fish? I just had a birthday
Mm-hmm.
on Saturday, September 14th. I turned 84. I was watching a video the other day of a popular actor. I don't remember his name. He's Spanish Mexican, I think. Kind of short and sort of stocky. 86, playing tennis,
Wow.
acting like a 40-year-old.
That's awesome.
86, 2 years older than me. And man, he's as sturdy and strong as he could possibly be. It gave me some real hope because I kind of slacked off for a while here, and my legs have gotten weak. And I realized I need to get out and walk more, but he really inspired me to do that. So I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I got to do it. I bought some walking sticks.
Oh, cool.
I got these. I haven't tried them yet, and I don't know how well they're going to work. They uh-oh. I need to tighten them up. They're a little too loose, I think.
Yeah. Those are some nice walking sticks.
Well, they were cheap. They were like $20 or something. I got
That
two
ain't bad.
pairs of them. Yeah. So I got to get out and use them. That'll give me the confidence to walk without being afraid of stumbling.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Cohen says, I'm mad at my father's condo complex in Florida, plays tennis all day. He's over 90.
Wow.
a pimp cane, stylist calls it. Well, it's two of them. It's it's for walking on broken ground, like
Mhm.
mountain climbing kind of thing.
Mhm.
Ricky Bo says it's popular in Germany. Well, that's weird.
What's weird?
Darkwire says I had a betta who got caught up in hair algae. We
Oh,
cut him out, but there's a string of algae around his eyeball that's bulging out a little. Should we try to catch him and remove? Yeah, I would. I
I've never heard of
definitely
that
would.
happening.
If it's like tied around his head like a knot, I would get in there with a little pair of nail clippers or something, or a little pair of scissors and cut it. Don't cut the fish.
Mm-hmm.
Morning Star says my 81-year-old mother uses those. Mountain Man, I live on a little farm with my landlady, 25 acres. She's 84, still plays tennis every Thursday. Feeds her 18
Wow,
horses every morning and evening. Morning and evening. Dawn is her name.
that's
Yeah,
amazing.
I need to be much more active. I spend too much time sitting in front of the computer. That's my problem. I need to be physically more active. And to do that, I need physical activity. So I think the trick is to get where in the world is it? To get my GoPro
Yeah.
and attach it to me, head or chest, and to get out and do things and video it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
There's
probably,
another.
that would, that's really what I need to do.
Yeah. And the days where you don't feel like doing that, I'll see if mom can send me the videos. She actually does desk workouts because she's in her 70s and she's working on building up her muscles after she had a major heart attack a few years ago.
Huh.
And she does desk exercises. She's been teaching me some of them, but I don't really know how to teach them, so I'll have to get her to send me the videos on it. And it's really helped her a lot. I mean, it's really helped her build up the muscles in her legs again, her arms. It's helped a lot.
Yeah, I'm weak in my legs and I'm getting swelling, which is a function
Mhm,
of inadequate activity.
mhm.
Podcast with AI. My guppies bred for 5 months, then stopped dropping fry. Even the fry are adult now, but don't drop fry even though they're huge. Very boxy, now single fry, dense guppy grass, and Olodia. One of the things that people don't understand about populations of animals
Mhm.
is that they achieve a climax population. And usually what will happen is the population will expand to the point where they're using available resources, and then the health or the growth of the colony will stop or begin to diminish. I've noticed with fish at a given level they stop breeding. They don't produce any more babies. And it's obviously because they have maxed out the resources, whether it's simply space or nutrients or whatever. So the concern, I've heard this concern expressed over and over again. I don't want to have baby fish because I don't want to overpopulate the tank. Well, that's part of the problem with that kind of thinking is that it does not acknowledge the natural process
Mhm.
of population um, climax, which is a natural process.
Mhm.
No population can increase beyond available resources. It's impossible. Now, what can happen, and I'm having this discussion with some of my staff who are adamant about not smashing pond snails. I go in and smash pond snails and bladder snails, and they have a conniption over it because of being a murderer. Well, I have allowed them to get away with this to the point that now there are a number of vats and aquariums that are substantially overpopulated by bladder snails and pond snails.
Mhm.
The effect of that is to decimate the the food availability. In other words, there are so many of them that they get all the food and nothing else is able to thrive.
Yeah.
So in effect, they starve out their competition by being so thick and populous that they control the food supply.
I've got a question. How many snails do you have in the tank? Because I wasn't aware it could do that. Is it like 100?
Thousands.
Wow. See, I've never
Now,
had a snail explosion like that.
well, the pond snails will do it.
Yeah.
They absolutely will because they lay eggs every day. The female
Wow.
lays a little case of eggs every day.
Mhm.
And there are like 100 eggs in that egg case. They hatch out in 3 or 4 days.
Mhm.
It takes them about a month to sexually mature, and then they're laying eggs. So in 2 to 3 months, you've got to if there's no control over it, there will be a population of thousands that will literally cover every surface
Wow.
and completely control um, the, the the slime, the food availability. Which, if you then have other kinds of snails in there, or catfish, or plecostomus, or anything else that depends on um, that kind of food, they won't be able to eat. The,
Yeah.
the bladder snails and the pond snails will be in absolute control of the food. There won't be any left.
I like
And
what Tarna BJ just said. She's like turtle food.
well, yeah, but
That's what I
then
usually do.
you put the turtles in there and they will control them,
Hmm.
but they're going to eat everything else as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So the problem is when it reaches that level, it's very time consuming and very difficult getting rid of it.
Hmm.
And the only way I've ever found to do it is to squash them. They have very thin shells. The others don't. So you can kind of press them, smash them all, but you have to do that every day for weeks to
Wow.
be able to control it because they're tiny ones coming up.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping, I had this problem with feeding. They insisted on feeding everything prepared food, and it was fouling the tanks
Oh, it'll
because
do that.
simply because it wasn't because they were overfeeding, it's because they were feeding every day. So
Mhm.
they were creating biomass that was increasing every single day to the point where the system could not handle it. Finally got them off of that. So it's been real interesting teaching these newbies how to maintain an aquarium without. I was talking to one Patty this morning.
Hmm.
Somebody asked me the question, what is the single worst thing or something like that that can happen to a tank? What is your, oh, I know what it was. What is the very best advice that you can give to a fish keeper? And my answer was, keep your hands out of the tank. Be involved minimally in the tank. Don't be in there fussing around all the time, putting food in it every time you walk by the tank, changing the water all the time, cleaning it out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Stop mucking around with your tank. Leave it alone. Let it do its thing. Don't overwhelm it. Don't kill it with kindness.
Exactly.
One way to put it. The prodigious, is my apple snail going to get too big for my tent? If it is indeed an apple snail and not a mystery snail, it will have live babies every day. One. It has one baby snail every day born live. It will do that persistently.
Mm-hmm.
And within 2 to 3 months, the babies will begin doing the same thing. And they get the size of golf balls. They get really big. And they eat absolutely everything. Now, they can't catch fish, but so they're not going to eat the fish, but they will eat all the plants,
Mm-hmm.
down to and including the roots. They will eat all of the slime coat, all of the algae, all of the food you put in the tank. They will eat everything. They are exactly the same as the pond snail, except they're huge. The pond snail, when it reaches a climax population, that's the point where they begin to eat plants because everything else is gone. They
See,
eat
I haven't
plants.
encountered pond snails yet. I haven't managed to catch any of those yet.
Well, you're fortunate. If you do, kill them.
Okay.
They
Do
are,
you think my turtles will eat?
they are absolutely deadly to a fish tank.
Yeah, I don't want any of those.
Yeah. You know, I said that. I said it. I said it again. I said it again. I said it again. Oh, no, no. We promise we'll just take them out. We'll take them out and keep them separate. We'll keep them separate. We won't let them do that. Yeah, right. They did that for a little while. I finally got them feeding them to their turtles. But they kind
Yeah.
of they slacked off. And
Oh
now
no.
half of the vats are thick with pond snails.
Oh
Hundreds, if not thousands of pond snails. So now they
wow.
got to go through those vats and some of the tanks every single day and kill every one of them. It's going to make them very unhappy. To
Oh
have
yeah, they're
to
gonna
do
be
it.
unhappy.
You know, they don't want to do it. They don't want to kill anything. Well, you know, certain things you can't let take over
That's
because
it.
they take over. You know, it's not every animal does that.
Hmm.
Not every animal reaches a level of domination where it controls the environment.
Hmm.
In fact, really very few animals do that. Pond snails are one. Now, if there's adequate predation, if there are fish eating them, turtles eating them,
Hmm.
other kinds of burrowing insects, parasites, and so forth that are eating them, then it can be controlled. You rarely find that kind of environment in nature. It's like ick. You don't have ick breakouts in the natural world, in natural environments. It just never happens. You get it in fish tanks because the natural predators that control the ick parasite don't exist in a sterile or a clean fish tank. And so they're able to take over and run rampant. Same with the pond snails. If you don't have the right kind of predator for the pond snail, they'll simply take over. It's not really that they achieve imbalance. Obviously, if anything did achieve that in nature, everything else would be wiped out. So
Yeah, it
there
would.
really isn't anything that does that in the natural world, because in the natural world, everything eats everything else. I mean, everything eats something. There's nothing out there that is not eaten by something. Even top predators are eaten by microscopic parasites, if nothing else. You know, everything has its enemy, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's really not that they're enemies, it's that everything is a food source.
Mhm.
And if you allow a food source to grow uncontrolled, it will dominate the environment.
That makes sense. I got a question for you. Do you think maybe adding like a pea puffer or maybe an assassin snail would help by introducing a predator could maybe cut down the population? Or do you think it might foul the tank because it might go
No,
crazy and kill everything?
I think that works. The problem I have is that doing that in a tank that has other kinds of, I just put in a big order for 1,000 nerite snails.
Oh, wow.
And now I'm finding I've got this problem. So I
Mm.
can't put the nerites in those vats until that problem is controlled. And I can't put an assassin snail in there because
Yeah.
it'll kill the nerites.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue.
I know it is, and it's going to make some very sensitive young women very unhappy. Let's say Uprising says, how many fish can I put in my 30? So they stick to the rule, 1 inch of fish per gallon. 30-gallon tank, 30 inches of fish. So let me ask you a question. Could you put 4 7-inch Oscars in your 30-gallon tank? What would happen if you did? Could you put 2 15-inch fish in your 30-gallon tank? Or does the 1 inch of fish per rule only apply to 1-inch fish?
Mm-hmm.
And there's the key to it. However, 1-inch fish in a 30-gallon tank, there would be 30 fish in a 30-gallon tank. If you have it heavily planted with the deep substrate, that's about 1/3 the number of fish that could live in that tank happily for that size fish. The reality is you need to put fish in the tank, a few fish every week until it reaches a stage that you're satisfied with, that the fish seem to be happy with. There's no magic number. If it's a 1/2 inch fish, Does that mean you put 60 in? Well, I've had 1,000 neons in a
Wow.
30-gallon tank.
That had to be a beautiful.
Oh, well, it was a little crowded.
I
Uh,
bet.
and it wasn't permanent, but you know, certainly 100 1-inch fish in a 30-gallon tank. If the tank is balanced and healthy, and you're able to keep them without overfeeding them and fouling the water, I mean, there are other issues at stake. How are you maintaining the tank? What are the conditions that you have for the fish, for the plants, in the tank, for the water? Da 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 da. It may be that your tank really should not have more than half a dozen 1-inch fish in it. If you're in there putting chemicals in it all the time, changing the water all the time, and feeding the fish all the time, I wouldn't put more than half a dozen fish in it. Um, on the other hand, I've got 10-gallon tanks out here, a number of them with 50 fish in them. Permanently, they're perfectly happy. There's no stress, no problem. They're little fish like neons. I've got green neons. I have 50 green neons. Actually, not the 10, it's in a 20 long. 50 green neons and some other fish besides. I think there's some honey gouramis, half a dozen honey gouramis, and 50 green neons in a 20-gallon long. Heavily planted, and they're doing fine. They've been in there for a month. So, it depends entirely on how you're maintaining the tank. Paul Cohen says, I have a 5, I'm culturing scuds. I see some, but not a lot. How can I harvest some to put in the main tank to start a food web? That's not how you start a food web. That's what you feed the fish. You start a food web by putting leaves in the tank. You put a handful in every week and build it up to the point where you have a 1-inch layer. We just got a first shipment of seed pods from Phillips Fish Works, and we put a few in each tank. So starting this coming week, I've got 2 tubs that I dumped a bunch of them in that are full of leaves. So I'm going to be pulling leaves out and putting a handful of leaves in each of the tanks. I'll do that every week until I build up a layer, a food web layer on the bottom of the tank about 1 inch deep that's covering at least half of the tank. At that point, you have an effective food web because you have an environment where animals like scuds and Daphne and so forth are able to survive without being eaten the instant they go in the tank. It's prime food. Fish are on the prowl for those kinds of things all the time. You need a large enough body of culture what's the word I want to use? A large enough body of material in the tank to provide an environment for microfauna and macrofauna to be able to not only hide in, but thrive in. Once you do that, once you've got that to that level, then the tank becomes much more better balanced. And you don't have to keep it up. What you need to do then is you keep an eye on the leaves, because the leaves are food. They are what the microfauna and the macrofauna are eating. They're a primary food source, a basic food source, really for the entire tank, in that all of the bigger animals are eating the little animals. The little animals are eating the leaves. So you have to keep putting leaves in there, or they'll eat them all up, and then they'll all get eaten up. So you have to continue to put energy in the form of those leaves in the tank. How can I do this? Think of calories. Where do calories go when they are burned off? When we exercise their muscles, where do those calories go? Do you know?
Into energy?
Yeah, where
I
does
don't know.
the energy go?
Building muscle?
No, that's what it does. Where's the end product? Where's the waste? When the energy is used up, what happens to it?
I don't know. I never thought about it.
Okay, what happens is, how do you lose weight? Do you know how you lose weight?
Yeah, working out
The
and eating less
mechanics,
calories.
the mechanics of losing weight. You lose weight when you're sleeping.
I did not know that. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
You lose weight when you're sleeping through perspiration. It comes out as water. You perspire. The water is the weight. Where does that go? It goes into the air. It goes.
Yeah.
It goes into the environment.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, and that's right. That's what happens to energy. It goes into the air. It goes into the air. Goes into the water. It dissipates out into the air. It needs to be replaced because it's leaving the tank. It creates warmth. What happens to warmth? Well, energy creates warmth. What happens to that heat? It dissipates. It goes out. It goes whoosh, like that. The tank is a heat machine that's generating heat. Maybe it may be very low at very low levels, but it's nevertheless doing it because that's what energy does. Creates heat. It goes whoosh, it dissipates into the atmosphere, into the air. That energy that's going off is the food. It is the leaves. It is the energy. It is the life force, if you will, of the leaves that are taken in by the animals, used up, burned off, it released as moisture, as moisture in your air and your breath, precipitate, um, perspiration from your body. In the fish, it's the constant breathing. It's released as breathing, released as heat, goes out in the environment, needs to be replaced.
That
That's
is
what
cool.
you're replacing. You're replacing energy. And you replace it with the leaves because the leaves are the source of energy for the microfauna, and then for the fish that eat those microfauna and macrofauna, for the bacteria, for everything. So you have to keep the notion that you can set a tank up, seal it off, and it'll be good forever. No, it won't. It won't be good forever. Now, there are plants that will thrive in a sealed container year after year after year, they achieve a kind of stasis, a kind of stability in that environment where they're balanced out with everything else. They're not growing anymore and they're not dying off anymore. They're just kind of in a state of equilibrium, I guess, is the best way to understand it. That's really not what you're trying to achieve in your aquarium. You're trying to achieve a living, thriving environment where things are growing, where your plants are growing, your fish are growing, everything is growing. And if it's growing, it's releasing energy. So you need to replace that energy. Now, you can do it with prepared foods. The problem with prepared foods is they're all in a state of decomposition. Virtually all food is in a state of decomposition. Once something dies, it's in a state of decomposition. The higher quality foods we can buy have less material in them that decomposes very fast and that causes bacterial growth. So leaves decompose very slowly, slowly enough that they really won't deteriorate very much at all beyond the ability of the microfauna, the bacteria, the macrofauna, the shrimp, snails, all of that, to be able to eat that decomposing material. So they're able to keep up with it. They're able to use all of that energy. Somebody just
That's really
came up here.
interesting. Oh, it's Deborah.
Deborah Petrovic. Hello, Deborah.
Hello.
How
Can
are
you hear?
you?
Yeah, I'm okay. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Hmm.
Let's see if I can get you. I don't
I
think.
well, I have my terrarium that I was going to show you.
Oh, wonderful.
And I'm sitting here in front of it right now, and our little turtle is sitting basking, so you can see him.
Oh, adorable.
That is so cool. That's
I
a very
your,
attractive terrarium. Look at
love
that.
your terrarium.
Really quite.
Wow.
You have plants growing. I need to.
All the plants are from outside of our house,
Oh my! Look at this.
and
Wow.
So cool.
those are hostices. They've already flowered, and I had to get rid of the dead ones because they finished flowering. But yeah, he's got it made in here.
Yeah, he does.
So
Oh,
it took me 2.5 months to do this, but in my condition, but I did it.
it's
All
wonderful.
because of you. So it's a combination of your system, Father Fish, and in the back. And the design is actually, I used MD fish tanks.
Yes.
I tried to go off his way of decorating.
Oh, wonderful.
And
I
here,
don't have his
he's
skill.
hiding.
That's
So, and I
Nice.
posted some pictures on, I transferred them to the reptile section with another little video. Here he is. There he is.
He's adorable.
Look at that.
That's Potawatomi. Yeah. He was stranded. We think he was dropped from a bird on the
Oh.
golf course. And my sons picked him up. And he was no bigger, just slightly bigger than a quarter. And now he's like 4 inches. See, so
wow.
he's like about 6 months, 6.5 months old.
Huh.
My sons found him on their birthday on March 30th, and he was so tiny.
That
But
is
look
cool.
at him.
Yeah, he looks like he's
Yeah.
a little turtle.
Yeah, he's a character. He really is. He loves the attention. And he's looking for food too. He says, "What's that, Mom?" But yeah, this was a beast for me to handle.
I could see that. I mean, you can tell you've got a lot of work in it. How did you manage to build up the land like that? That's
Well,
beautiful. It's so
on
natural.
the side, I had built it up. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of like sloped. Oops.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back here is where I put the father fish system, the soil, the sand, and everything. And then I have cotton fiber, not styrofoam, but it was cotton to line the back behind the rocks,
Huh.
to block it so that the soil didn't bleed into the front, because the front is
Right.
only sand. So I piled it up so that he doesn't dig and burrow into it. And it seems to be working. So the front is all sand, the back is all soil back there, but I topped it off. I kept it off with sand
Right.
in the back. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
And back there, I don't know, it's hard to tell.
Now, what's your water source there? Is that a canister filter?
I have right next to it a small turtle canister filter. So
Okay.
it's different from all the others that you see online. It's slightly different. It's supposed to take out the bacteria that turtles leave behind, salmonella or whatever, or what is.
Yeah, I
But
think
there's
it's
a UV light or something like that inside the canister.
Oh,
But
okay.
I took the bulb out, so I'm not
Ah.
using it. I'm only using the
That's smart.
ceramic balls, the biomedia. That's all I'm using.
So it's
And yeah,
biofiltration.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. And it's just to get the fresh water to come back through the waterfall. Now I
Exactly.
have to give maintenance to the canister because the waterfall, as you can see, is starting to block up to where not all of it's coming out of the holes. I don't know if you can see it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was supposed to do that today, but I
So
didn't get them.
you disconnect the spray bar and clean it. Is that what you do?
The yeah, you can. I disconnect the spray bar and then put a brush through it and then clean
Right.
that out. And
Right.
so, yeah. But that's the return method. And all the moss that I have in here is actually from off our gutters and
That's
on
awesome.
rocks outside, and
Right.
and it's growing.
It's amazing how much there is just around a regular house. It
Yeah.
ain't tiny
And
patches, but
the only
it's
thing I bought here was a peace lily, and that's a baby. So that's trying to thrive.
nice. Well, that's
And
one.
these vines were growing around the house right here. That's, yeah, the sticks were from outside, the rocks were from outside, except for these ones here. These
I'm
ones,
trying to think of some other things you could put in there with him. Obviously, you could put some guppies in or some other
well,
little live bear, a
well,
little
I,
fish or something.
yes, I thought about that. And in fact, I'm looking to do that because he does love the fish. And I'll show you. My sons had gotten some feeder fish, some white mountain minnows in
Oh,
this
yeah.
tank.
Ah,
I had 12, now I have 8 left. All of
nice.
these 8 were in the corner of the tank because they were terrified of the turtle.
Yeah,
Because
right.
they watched
Mhm.
the others getting eaten alive.
Well, they're a little big. You would need something smaller than that.
Yeah. Now this is the one that has for the frogs in it, the African dwarf frogs, and there's one right down there.
Oh yeah,
and they dig everything up with their noses.
yeah. The turtle,
Um,
would eat the frogs. That would
yeah,
not.
so there's hardly any plants in here. Everything was floating up to the top. All the stem plants gone.
Because the turtle.
I'm sorry?
That, when you had, did you have the turtle in there?
No, no, not in here, but I had them in this one, a 13-gallon,
Oh,
where I have all my snails, and he killed them all.
right,
Oh yeah, he'll do that.
He killed
Yeah,
them all, the
turtles
ones on the
love eating
bottom.
tadpoles and
right,
snails.
right.
I mean, yep, and he killed them all. So only the ones that are up and above these little mystery snails are the only ones surviving.
Mhm.
So whatever is left in here, if I find any ram's horns, because he likes the ram's horns, I'll
Mhm.
take them out and I'll give them to him. And what he does, he doesn't,
That's
if
what
they're
you
too
do.
big, if they're too big to eat, he'll decapitate them and that's
Oh,
it.
he will.
Yeah.
Mhm. He
And then they're
will.
dead.
Right.
So this one is just like the snail take in reserve to feed him.
Right.
So yeah, so that in this tank here, I need to get rooted plants in
Right.
this one. So because with all these fish in there, and I have catfish too. I have those violet catfish. They're right there in the corner. I don't know if you can see them.
Yeah, I
Can
think
you
I
see
see
them?
it. Yeah, I think I do.
There's two of them there. And oh, there's one of them there. One of them. But anyway, they used to hide in the cave over here, but the frogs took over
Right.
in that little cave.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, and this tank too has snails in it. I wish I could have put the turtle in here, but he would go after the frogs. But I'm taking now some of the ram's horn snails to give to feed him too. So I'm
Right.
Yep.
looking to get guppies though, but I need to fill this tank with the rooted plants
Mhm.
to get more in there because a couple of these fish they seem to be bullying others. So
Yeah. A rooted pack would do well in there.
Mhm.
yeah, but
Yeah.
this is my prize.
That
This
is
one,
That
amazing.
is a prize.
Brilliant.
this
And
one,
you've inspired me.
I'm sorry.
You definitely inspired me because I've been working on trying to build a paludarium for my two little turtles, and it's just not turning out the way I want it.
Yeah,
But
I
looking
was
at
trying
yours, I
to
would love to do
combine.
that.
Yeah, I was trying to combine. It's not hard or anything like that. It was difficult for me because the rocks were a little heavy for me. The wood that's in here, I believe I got from you, Father Fish.
Oh,
So that's in here. I put the wood in there. So, and this, don't remember if it was from you or if I bought it from Amazon, along with these rocks.
nice.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I wanted to show you, and I don't know what else to put in here. It's a little cramped. My son's talking about getting me a 150-gallon tank for this one and
Oh
transfer
wow,
them.
that's
And I
pretty
said,
cool.
well, what am I going to
That's a
do
good
with this?
son.
Put the frogs in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
And if
That's a,
you live near a pond, you can also get tadpoles because my turtles love live tadpoles. That's one of their favorite
oh,
foods.
that's a good idea. You can get them at the pet store?
Well, me, I go out and I catch them. I actually culture them in my yard in small buckets because I live in Florida, so we got frogs everywhere. I just leave a bucket outside and then I can go out and collect frogs. So,
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, because this one he loves going after the live fish. He just
oh
loves
yeah,
them.
they're
But I
little hunters.
feed. Huh?
Turtles are definitely little hunters. They love to
Oh
hunt live.
yeah, yeah. But you see what he did to this corner here? All these rocks, they were
Beautiful.
underneath. He
Yeah.
pushed them all.
Mm-hmm.
He pushed them all, and he lifts this up. He lifts up the intake for the filter. That's as he likes this corner, and he loves that light in the corner. That light.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's so funny.
Thinks
But
it's the sun. Yes.
yeah. So there's more pictures on in the reptile section of before I put everything in here. It was the rocks and the sand only, and it shows from the side view how it's sloped. So if you go to that under reptile in Discord,
I'm in
Yeah, I
the
definitely need to
Discord.
look at that.
yeah, I copied it from the DIY from Scholl and put it in there and pasted it in the reptile. The reptile was section wasn't there when I did it back in June
Right.
June 15th. So, but when I noticed it last night or in the middle of the night, I go, oh, there's a reptile. Okay, I'll transfer it over so you can see. So, but I
Nice.
don't know how to switch the camera around to see for you to see me. I tried working it. I'm winging it on my own. My sons had no clue. I asked them if they could help me do this.
Turn it around.
Yeah, just like that.
Just turn it around.
Turn it around this way,
There you
We
go.
can see you perfect.
Right.
that way. Now
Yeah.
you
We
can see me.
perfect.
Now,
It's nice to see you.
Nice to see
there you are. Thank you.
you.
See you.
Okay, well, thank you. I won't take up any more of your time. I'm sure there's other people want to get on.
It's very, very, very
Okay.
nice.
Thank you.
That is.
Thank you. All because of you.
Well, thank you. That's very kind. All righty. Bye for now. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Let's see. We have on the Hunter CC is here.
Hey.
Hello, Fish. Hello, Di.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Doing good.
What are
I
we
just,
looking at here?
I'm just, it's my 55-gallon tank, and I have,
Yeah,
my
you're
cruise.
not going to go landscape. Turn your,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
There
it's
we
not,
go.
I don't think. I think I checked it and it wasn't working. Let me check it again.
Mm-hmm.
So
No,
this is my my planted tank. I only have two fake pieces in it, which is this here and this here.
okay,
And that, and all I have is a mixture of gravel and pool sand,
okay.
and then just my plants and my fish.
So
I have a
Angel,
mixture of angels, and I should have my backlight off, but some rose bars over here, my little tetras, the camera, and then this is my crazy goldfish. I've had him for a long time.
He's pretty.
And then this is my other planted. This is my other planted tank, which I have plants growing out of.
Love
This
it.
is my monstera that's growing out.
what is that room with what is that texture on the wall? What are we looking at?
That
Oh,
is
it's
cool.
actually it's logs. The house that's the people who first lived in this house. They built the house themselves, so
Oh
it's
Wow.
like
wow.
logs and
Oh my
cement.
word.
That
That's
is so
remarkable.
cool.
Yeah, and the house is like an odd shape. It's like kind of round. It's only like one floor. Yes,
Oh
just
my
two
word.
steps, and then you're the bedrooms. But
That
Wow.
is
this,
so cool.
I don't know if you can see because I don't have a light. But this is my other planted tank. It just has. I can't remember what that plant is,
It looks like a
but I
sword.
have
Mm-hmm.
There's a Java
Java
fern.
fern
Yeah.
and Java fern there. And this one just has two black skirted tetras, and then some cories and two neons and swordtails. And it's
Nice.
just like a tad of gravel and then pool sand again. And it seems
Okay.
to be it seems to be doing okay on that. And I like the plants growing out of the tank. And that's
Right.
so, like, I started off with plastic, and then I started watching videos. I came across you. I haven't got brave enough to like grab from outside to put in the tank. I'm kind of leery on that. But I ended from plastic and then worked my way into plants growing in, plants growing out. And I absolutely love it. Like, I would never go back to
Nice.
plastic
Good
stuff.
for you. Well, it's
Yeah,
a process.
I absolutely love this. And I beg your pardon?
It's a process, isn't
Mhm.
it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
it
is.
is. Like, I don't know how many changes. Like, this is the back side of my tank, and I also have like another monstera growing out of it and some more pothos growing out. But this is the back side
Wow.
of it,
Yeah.
and that. And yeah, I absolutely love it. Like, it's so relaxing, and then at night you watch it and you're just like blown away. And
Right?
yeah, it's very therapeutic.
Yeah, it
And that, and
is.
the only thing I wish we had was a better selection of plants, and that here
Where
in
do you live?
Ontario, like where I live. Beg your
You're in
pardon?
Ontario?
Yeah, just in a
Yeah.
small town.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Difficult
yeah, so
getting
it's hard to,
stuff up there. Right. Well, you're doing very well. It looks
like,
like.
I thought like a, yes, and it's funny because I changed the tank around and I lifted all my plants, and then they were dying back and melting, and so I cleaned them all up, and then I think it's like was 4 months and they're all back lush. And like, I stuck the Java fern, like I have a piece of wood on here, and I
Yeah.
just wrapped it on the thing, and then stuck this one in the crack and just let it go. And I absolutely love it. Like, I will never go back
That's wonderful.
to plastic. I love it. It's really nice, but I love the fact that like I only have to clean my tank. Like, it only goes down a bit so I can wipe the glass down, and basically I'm just topping up with water.
Yep, that's the beautiful thing
And
about the
that's
father
it.
fish
I
method.
just wanted to show you.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you.
Gang of people in here. We need
thank
to
you. Thank you for
move
having
on.
me.
Thank you so much. That was delightful.
Yeah, it is.
You're
Let's see. Who do we have here? Tanner.
Hey, Father Fish. Hey, Dina.
How are
Sorry about
you?
the dirty glass. This is my quarantine tank. I got some new fish
Okay.
and the green water, but this is just my quarantine tank. It kind of just sits here and gets all the light. So,
Right.
but yeah, I got some San Marcos Goodyears.
Oh,
Those are
how
pretty.
nice. Oh, they're so pretty. That is the prettiest of all the goody eyes.
Yeah, they're super pretty. Even the females are really pearlescent,
Nice.
but they're
Yeah, I
super.
need to try to get some. I thought I had some coming and I didn't. I wanted to try it. It's by and large, I'm not enthused
Oh,
with the goody eye, but that one is really impressive.
there went the timer, the
Ah.
light timer.
Oh, okay. Right.
And this is what I'm gonna put them in. They're supposed to be pretty good hair algae eaters, so I'm hoping that
Yeah.
they take care of that.
Well, that looks really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
it's majority crit, and then it has way too much light on it all day long. So
Yeah.
I've been trying to.
And a bunch of bushy nose in there, huh?
That driftwood is
Nice
beautiful.
driftwood. It's pretty driftwood, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
What happened?
No clue. I think he just
I
disconnected.
lost you. I lost it. Well, I didn't. Okay. We
Yeah, I
lost
don't know
him.
where
He just dropped off.
Yeah.
Let's get Frank up. Hey, Frank.
Sounds good.
Hey, Father
Frank.
Fish, how are you? Dina,
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, I had a question in the question and answer thing down there earlier. What is the size of that Amazon aquarium that you're working on?
It's a 60 cube.
Okay. All
It's
right.
pretty big, actually,
Okay.
for what it is. It's a
Yeah.
rimless. I got it from Petco on their $1 a gallon sale.
Okay. All right.
Great tank. I'm really excited about it. In
What's
fact, I need to show. Let's see. The lights are off. Let me turn the lights off. We got some new fish
It's a
for it.
beautiful tank.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful tank. Especially the driftwood that he found to put in it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's amazing.
saw that. Yeah, I saw the video on YouTube, but I was curious what his stocking plans were, what he was going to put in there. He had mentioned discus. I'm going to do discus as well, but
Oh, that'll
okay,
be
well,
nice.
we're going to find out here.
Yep.
Don't bring the
Just
camera
so
over.
we will.
Yeah, I wanted to do this earlier. I don't know how close I can get. Not very.
That driftwood's just spectacular, though.
Yeah, yeah. It's a tannin monster, though.
I
can
got some
tell you
new
that.
fish there that I want to show off, but let's see if I can get them to come out.
Yeah, okay. I
Yep.
see fish.
Is
So
that a discus?
you did get some discus. Some teefies, maybe, or what are they? Wow. Ooh, got some fighting going on there.
Can you see him?
Yeah, I definitely see him.
I
Is
got
that just a
two new
brown turk?
discus in there.
I'm sorry. What kind?
Yeah, it broke up a little bit.
Well, I need to get an extension for this
Oh.
camera
Mm-hmm.
so I can reach in there. My lights are all out everywhere. Ah. We hit the timer.
Yeah. Yeah, that Amazon tank, that is going to be one of the most amazing tanks ever built, I think, when you get done with it. Because I've never seen anybody use driftwood like that. That is just so unique, where it comes all the way out like to the ceiling.
Well, I want to get some plants for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Looking to my Florida friends to send me air plants.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, I'm on the hunt.
So
I've
do you
been
have
asking
a
my
tank,
brother about a
Frank?
good spot to find them, so.
Yeah. Do you have a tank? Frank?
Me? Yes. Yeah. So
You want to show it to us?
well, yeah, I've been on your tube before here, but so yeah, just can we? I don't know. Probably can see the
Oh, there you go.
progression of the plants and the
Oh, look at this.
and the shrimp, which
Okay.
yeah, the Amano shrimp are just getting
look at that.
huge.
Wow.
I just fed them some pellets, and the Amano are so aggressive.
Right.
Is it actually carrying a pellet? That
Yes,
is
he
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he
right.
stole a pellet. In fact, the Amano will get the pellets.
Yeah.
that is
They,
Running away with it, he is.
yeah,
right.
you probably can see him. He's a robber, but now some of the cherry shrimp in there have had babies, so I've noticed
Well, there's one.
some. Yeah, I definitely noticed some babies that
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
I didn't have anything that small in there, but so everything's really looking good.
I like all the rock work. That's really nice.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I quite enjoyed doing all that. It took me all of my vacations this summer to get this tank together, but
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying the Hastifolia, the Anubia. I was watching
Yes.
a video the other day with that aqua putty, but that was kind of a no-go, wasn't it? And I use super glue, and I just had no problem getting the epiphytes to stick.
I know. Well, I do too. I ran out of it, and
Yeah.
I got into the video without the tools I needed.
Yeah,
I tried
I
the
understand.
putty, and the putty did not work for me.
Some of those Anubia now, the roots that they're growing, I mean, the roots didn't look great actually when I got it, but everything is green, super green now, and they're just sending down roots
Oh,
into
look at that. Yeah,
into
yeah.
the wood,
Nice.
and that's beautiful, and lots of new leaves and stuff too. But so yeah, I'm really happy with the progress. So
Looks great, doesn't it?
I'm
Yeah.
hoping like in about 5 months or so. So this is going to be set up for discus fish. So that's why I was wondering about your 60-gallon you mentioned.
Right.
But hopefully you're seeing this pretty well. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
coming
yeah.
through. It's real clear.
Okay. Good.
I love the carpeting plants.
Yeah, boy, they've turned out really good too.
Yeah, they will get thicker and thicker too.
Yeah. They've grown exponentially since I put them in.
Right.
That was August, so
Oh, it's pretty good.
yeah, and the crypts are really exploding.
They're stunning plant. Crypts are such a stunning plant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
They
are.
look really thick and healthy.
You know
Yeah.
what's funny is usually it's the crypts that when you plant them, at first they melt back. These did not at all.
Huh.
So that was funny, but and this Ludwigia is just growing like crazy. So I am about to trim it and replant it in different parts of the aquarium. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, the more you trim that, the more it bushes.
Yeah, that's going to be great. It's doing its water change right now, so I have kind of a passive water change system where it just exhausts water out that sponge basically. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, and then there's just a float valve up there, show you the business end of everything.
Right.
the bad bits here, but
I like the stump.
the stumps, yeah.
That's nice.
The vertical.
Yeah, they are.
So what I found yesterday, because I've been on the road, I found blackbeard algae. So I pulled it off, and then I applied a little bit of I think it's a C-Chem product that kind of kills algae. And then
you're better off not trying to control it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's a function of excess nitrates. And it will control the nitrates and then die off when the nitrate level gets down low enough.
Okay. Well,
So it's not, it doesn't really cause, unless it really starts covering the leaves, which is uncommon. More
no.
commonly, it'll grow on the on the edges of dead or dying leaves.
Yeah. This is on that stump.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I would just let it go.
well, I pulled off the float, the bits that were.
It'll come back.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And then I noticed the shrimp attacking it
Right.
immediately. But I did have a question. I don't know how much you know about like the Java moss. Probably more. You've probably forgotten more than I know. But do you see it there on the log?
Yeah, I did see it.
You
Right.
see it? Okay. Now it's got like leaves growing out of it that don't look anything like Java moss. What is that, Father, or how? And I don't know if you can clearly see it, but it's got little pinafores that come out of the Java moss, and it has since day one.
Could that be Christmas moss?
Well, I thought it was Java moss. At least that's how I bought it.
I see what you're talking about.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay. It's in other places. I mean, you can barely see it
Yeah.
there with that big greedy Amano shrimp. And then there's some down there which does not have.
It could simply be some kind of micro plant that's colonizing in the Java.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good to know. So it may or may not be something. Yeah, because I didn't think Java fern grew anything like that from it.
Don't know.
Don't know. Okay. Well, I don't know either. So
Huh.
if you don't know, then I don't know.
It's not a problem for sure.
No, it's certainly not. But anyways, that's kind of
Nice.
the update. I've been
Well, thank you.
trying to keep you updated. Yep.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
right.
that's great. I love it.
You can cut me off.
Take care, Frank. Thank
All
you.
right. You take care as well, Father Fish.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's see who else is here. The prodigious is here.
Hi guys. Oh,
Hi.
cool.
Hi.
Hi. So I just did my tank like this past weekend with the natural because I've been watching your videos. So I wanted to try the natural thing out and
Sure.
I was just hoping for some tips and stuff,
Well, let's
Just-
see. Give us a tour here. You've
That's
got,
my
is that a
I thought he
gravel?
was an apple snail, but he is in fact a mystery snail.
It's a mystery, right? You have a fine gravel. Is that what that is?
Yes, I have the fine gravel.
Now, how deep is it?
I put 2 inches like you said in your video, but they keep digging it up. So
Is there anything under it, or is it just that 2 inches?
it's just that 2 inches.
Okay. How long has the tank been set up?
I've had my tank for how long, babe? Like 8 months now?
Yeah, it's like
And what are those pink balls?
Those are just for the snail because he likes to move them. They were supposed to be glow in the dark rocks, but they don't glow, so they're just there.
Okay.
I was trying to take them out, but he keeps moving them, so I just leave them.
That's funny.
That is.
Well, your
This is what
plants look healthy.
Thank you. I'm
So
trying.
yeah, I think you're doing okay. You don't
And-
clean that gravel at all, do you?
I don't actually know.
Don't. You could add a little sand on top of it. You
Okay.
probably like the texture, and there's really nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
You might get a little more plant growth with like a half an inch of sand, but it's a compromise because you lose that nice texture you have
Yeah.
now. And the plants are not suffering.
Okay.
Everything is alive, everything is growing. I
So they're
would,
all good then.
I tell you what I would do. I would build a food web. Start
Okay.
putting start putting leaves in there. That'll give you some more texture, and it'll make it a lot more interesting because
Awesome.
you'll start seeing microscopic life and other small animals in those leaves, and you'll be able to keep more small fish in the tank.
Cool. Cool. Thank you.
That would be a good thing to do. And you can scrunch them up, break them up. You don't need to put the whole leaf in. You can, but if you
Hmm.
scrunch them up, break them up into little pieces, then it'll form more like a bed.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And I think it would
Yeah,
look,
I do want that. I do want it to be like a bed on the bottom.
yeah, it would look very nice if you did.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
And
I
then
love the pink
also,
rock.
quick question. I have a banjo catfish. Does he still like bottom feed like them, or
Yeah.
does he have a
Yeah.
specific
So
diet?
I thought that's what that was. Yeah.
He's a cool little guy.
Oh, yeah. They're
But
rather secretive. They'll get into a hidey hole and just kind of live there.
okay, cool. That's what I wanted. I wanted a fish that kind of just sits in his little hole and chills.
Well, that's a good choice.
And then my
Right.
beta's up there. Can't really
Okay.
see him. He's very like antisocial, but but thank you guys for having me on.
Good. You're very welcome. Yeah, get some small fish, some neons or tetras or, some little stuff. A small school of half a dozen or so. They'll love that tank.
Okay.
Yeah, they will.
I just want to see you guys real quick. Hold on, let me flip my phone. Doop. There we go.
Oops, I think we lost him.
I think we did too.
Nope. He might be back.
He's trying. There he is.
All right. Well, this is what I look like, guys. Hi.
Hi, nice to see you.
Hi.
And this is my girlfriend over here.
Hey.
But yeah, we got into the hobby and it's pretty nice. It's pretty relaxing, you know.
Well,
Yeah,
it
it
is
is.
fun, isn't it?
Oh, the last thing I wanted to ask you, since the fish tank is in my room, are the plants getting enough sunlight? Because it's right next to the window. Like
Well,
the window's like right here.
You do not have a light on it. Is that right? Or
Yeah, I don't.
okay. Yeah, I would simply open that shade more, give them more light. I think
Okay.
they could use more light.
Okay.
You've got a lot more growth with more light.
Cool.
And
All
if
right.
you start to get algae, don't worry about it. It's not really going to hurt anything. You can always cut the light back a little bit.
Okay. Cool.
Well, best thing, thanks for coming up.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. You guys have a great day.
Bye for now.
Goodbye for now.
Bye. I need to take a quick break right back. I'll be right back in just a second.
All right. Yep. Oh my. Well, the lights went out here, so I didn't get to show you any of the tanks, and I really wanted to do that. I will do it Wednesday night and make sure that the lights are on long enough to be able to see them. Let's see who's here. There's Paul Cohen, Eric Chartrand. Is water from the dehumidifier bad to use? It depends on the dehumidifier. If it's copper pipe, then you should not use it because the copper will be toxic. If it's plastic, then it probably will be fine. It's basically RO water. I mean, it's the right kind of water. The only issue is what the mechanical dehumidifier tubes are made of. And really, the only problem would be copper. Nothing else would be a problem particularly. So yeah, you can use it if unless you have if it's aluminum, it'll be fine. Let's see. There are many reports that fasting kills the tumor. Your body eats it because there's nothing else. Sugar sugar feeds tumors. I know they've determined that. I've been doing some research lately on oxygen and the helpful effects of oxygen, and it's really kind of remarkable. NC's here. Hey, NC. Let's see if I can get him on.
Hey, Father Fish.
Hi, NC. How are you?
Good. I'm back at the fish store, Cody's fish store.
Oh, okay.
So he actually messaged you already about the distributor, the plant guy.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. And by the way, thanks for all those plants. Did you check out the video yet? My video?
Yes. I love it.
Yep, thanks. So in here, I think I didn't show you guys this last time, but there's a Bisher in here.
How big is he?
I can't. No, I don't know exactly, but there he is. You can see him right there. I don't. Come on, it's not showing well.
Huh.
Oh well. Well, I just separated the guppies for him. He's got some fancy ones. I don't know if this is bloating or this is pregnancy.
I would say she's pregnant.
Yeah, me too.
Very
Hi,
much.
Dina. How you doing?
Hey, doing pretty good. Thanks for asking, NC.
We got some tetras. He's actually feeding the fish right now.
So
Hi there. How are you?
good. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you.
Good.
Nice to see you.
You too.
NC said you sent me a note.
Yeah, on the Discord. Just about that plant wholesaler you were talking about.
The what? I'm sorry.
The plant wholesaler to get some more of our product plants.
Oh,
It
right,
wasn't breaking
right,
up.
right. Okay. I will be sure to get that to you.
Sweet, sounds good. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I love your shop.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
me too.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fun making.
yeah, it's sort of what I'm trying to do too, just to make a really a glorified fish room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, yeah,
It's been fun setting up. There's a lot of different kinds of styles and things. It's fun.
right, exactly. I love it.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
me too.
Well, nothing has really changed that much in the place, but this betta is getting a lot better. Better.
Better.
It's a pretty one.
Yeah, it came from Petco and it was like on the ground, but now it's kind of like I don't know. It's still breathing, but it's healing slowly but surely.
Nice.
All of them are chemical free, so
Right.
green, snail, stuff like that. Maybe Wednesday I'll come back to my fish room and show you guys all the planet tanks and stuff. Because
Hey,
I
that'd be
haven't been,
good.
Yeah, do.
because I don't have, I haven't been on in my room for a while.
Hmm.
Right.
All the axolotls. This is one of my favorites. He's so derpy and cute.
It's cute.
Yeah, we're getting a population of axolotls.
Hmm.
Dina, do you know what GFP is?
Yeah, I can't. It broke up. What'd you say? Yeah, on my end, for some reason, he's really choppy. Is he choppy on your end too?
It hasn't been, but I think I lost him. And see
Hello?
your, yeah.
Can you guys
G,
hear me better now?
yeah.
Hmm.
What was your
Yeah, I want
question?
to show you guys something.
Okay.
This guy glows.
Oh,
Whoa,
cool.
that's cool.
Oh, look at that.
But if you
Wow,
Iridescent.
put it on a normal one, it doesn't do anything.
that is
But you
so
put it on
cool.
this guy, he glows.
That is amazing.
Iridescent.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah, this is the biggest update I want to show you guys.
Hmm.
Where are they? Look at that. It's a baby.
He's cute.
the axolotl cool.
He's like, I don't know, less. Yeah, he's really small. One of
Nice.
my favorites in the shop.
Oh, I
If he
love
isn't
that
gone
one.
by New Year, I might buy him. I don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's a pretty one.
Yeah, I have a
This
pair of
guy.
those.
Yeah,
Keep hoping they're going to breed. They haven't yet.
hopefully they will. I love the pink axolotls.
Angelfish tank.
That's pretty.
Yep. This guy's also really cool. He's about, I don't know. I don't know. But he's pretty big.
Yeah, he looks pretty big.
Have you guys seen the big ones?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
These ones.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's the biggest axolotl I've ever seen.
They're about 1 arm length of me long.
Yeah,
wow.
that's impressive.
And this is my arm. I get it
How's
off
your
in about a
arm?
week.
Oh, that's
It's been
good.
alright.
Uh,
So I'll be back up and running. I can start getting back into YouTube now.
Oh, definitely.
That's a pleco. Uh, that's a beauty. There's actually a Oh, there's the super red. You can see his bristles.
yeah.
That's a pretty one.
Pretty cool. Yep. Well, that's basically it. This is the whole shop. Everything's doing absolutely fine.
That's a nice
My
shop.
super reds. These are my baby super reds that I bought in.
Mhm.
Nice.
And tetras. Lots of tetras.
So I need you to ship me some baby super reds.
Super red?
Yeah.
I can probably figure something out.
I expect you can. You got you got a box or two now. You ship them in the box.
Yeah, true.
Like I'll
So
talk
yeah,
to, I'll send you a label and send you some money or more plants or whatever.
but they're not ready yet. They're like this small. I gotta get them to about this big, and then I can ship them. So probably New Year's, March, February, when they're ready. That's basically it.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right. Well, see you guys.
See ya.
Thank you, Steve. Nice to see you.
Bye, Dina. Bye, Father
Bye.
Fish. Oh
Bye
yeah.
now.
Oh yeah. Before I leave, a guy
Yeah.
came into the shop. Right? There's this guy that came into the shop, and he said he was watching your videos.
Oh,
That's
cool.
cool.
And he came to the shop because he heard he wanted some plants. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, a
Nice.
lot of people have been hearing about you. Hopefully, when that book comes out, I'm gonna get it.
Really?
That'd be cool.
They're getting closer. It's
Hmm.
getting closer.
That's it.
Yep.
See you Wednesday night, NC. Bye for now.
Bye.
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 Mercy.
Hopefully, I didn't miss too much.
No, you didn't miss too much. Let's see. Going in here. Doc Disguise. Need to get him a wrench.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is a nice shop, isn't it?
Yeah,
Kind
it is.
of reminds me of mine. His has got a lot more development. Mine, I've only been at mine for about a month. So we haven't, I have, I'm waiting now for tanks to begin to come in. I'm waiting for people to unload their tanks. I'm looking for big ones, really, really big ones. Bigger the better. I want to get some big, and I think what I'm going to do, I've got a hallway down below the fish room that's empty. I'm going to line them up in that
Oh, that's gonna
hallway
be
in the
cool.
back area. So when people come in the back door, they'll be coming through a row of tanks.
So that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Devin, fun. Do you keep Daphne or grow green water? Not yet, but I'm working on it. I'm finally getting staff to the point where we're able to begin to maintain some things, some live culture. We're just really just starting on that island aquatics. Yes, absolutely, island aquatics. You certainly can come on. Happy to have you. Let's see who else. Dune Pie is here. Hunter does stuff.
Yeah, Dr. Sai says he'd love to come on, and and actually you inspired his channel. That's pretty cool.
Who is this?
Doc Disguise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to
Oh,
come
yeah.
up, all you gotta do is click on the link at the top.
Well, yeah, just click the link and follow the prompts, and we'll get you in here. What else is going on here? Anyway, I was talking about oxygen while you were away. Started getting into that. Been researching oxygen. Turns out that in the past, oxygen has been at a substantially higher level than it is today.
Now, that's interesting.
The effect of higher level, right now, oxygen is like at 14%. It's been as high as 25 to 30%. At
Wow.
that rate, the body, mammalian body can maximize its activity without depleting the oxygen level in the body. You know, the reason we get tired running is because we deplete the oxygen level. With the oxygen level higher, that doesn't happen, and you can literally run forever.
Wow, that's cool.
We're getting tired. It's healthier for the body. You know, hyperbaric chambers are all about increased oxygen and its healing properties on the body. So with increased oxygen in the environment, we would be healthier. Now,
That is amazing.
here's why this is important.
Hmm.
What is it that increases oxygen in the environment?
Plants. I would
Plants,
think plants.
exactly.
Yeah.
And what is it that increases the growth and development of plants?
CO2.
CO2. Absolutely. And what does CO2 do to the environment? It raises the temperature.
Hmm.
Okay? With a raised, elevated temperature, there's greater plant growth, more oxygen, and all of the living organisms are healthier. So, if that's true, why in the world are we trying to reduce CO2?
You got a good point there. That's a really good point.
Increased CO2 means increased oxygen, means increased plants, breaking that CO2 down, causing more oxygen. That's what the environment wants to be able to do. Increasing CO2 creates a healthier environment. Yet we have the misguided belief that increasing CO2 is somehow destructive. And that's because we're not thinking it through.
Mhm.
We're not understanding how nature operates. CO2 is not an end product. It is a product that exists in a continuum of activity, a continuum of products. What follows CO2 is plant production. CO2 is food for plants. Increased plants breaks down the CO2 and releases oxygen, increases the temperature, which causes all life to be healthier. So you can be awake to the reality of how nature works, or you can be woke to the ignorance of false authority making false claims that enslave and destroy. That's the level we are at. The level at which we are existing on this earth is sufficiently uninformed for us to be utterly committed to doing the wrong thing for the wrong reason. And it's because we don't think about what we're doing. We simply accept what is being pounded into our heads by people who have found a way to be able to become wealthy by pounding those things in our head and deriving a profit from it.
Mhm.
Or otherwise controlling human behavior, they're not controlling the environment. Not
Right.
at all. They're having no impact on the environment, no positive impact anyway, a negative impact for sure. But so many people who are teaching this kind of thing are doing so with a mentality of, you better believe this, and beating it and beating it. That's the nature of woke. Woke is being open to brain surgery, to people pounding things into your head and believing it because you hear it over and over, not because you think about it, not because you understand it, not because it's true, but because it's being beaten into your brain and you don't have the common sense to think about what's being beaten into your head. So you're told you need to be woke.
Right.
Which is the new stupid.
Every time you say that, I'm gonna get tickled.
It is the demonic influence, the destructive influence, the anti-life influence, trying to force us in a direction that nature does not want us to go in. Nature is fighting against this tooth and claw in an attempt to save life on this earth from these demonic, evil people who are teaching and preaching destructive, hateful, manipulative, controlling kinds of philosophies that have no good in them at all. None whatsoever. All they're doing is lining the pockets of evil people with great wealth. That's all they're doing. That's what it's for. That's what the whole CO2 thing is all about, is making a select group of people extremely wealthy. It has no other effect than that, at least no other positive effect. It has a profoundly destructive negative effect. And there are myriad scientists, so-called scientists, all over the world who will tell you how important it is to control CO2 because it's poisoning the earth and killing life in the sea and all this balderdash that has no foundation in reality. It is deceit, it is fraud, it is lies, it is the nature of what it is to be woke. And that's not being political. That's not being political at all. That's being absolutely honest. Absolutely honest. The unwillingness to trust that nature knows what it's doing causes us to act in ways that are against, that are in opposition to, that are in conflict with the very fundamental laws of nature. We've got to stop doing that. Stop it altogether, because it is founded on absolute ignorance.
Yeah, it is.
Against our own interests.
That is so true.
All right. Doc is here. There he is. Hey,
Doc.
how are you?
Hi there. It's so nice to be on with you. Thank you, Father Fish. I've been watching your videos for the past week or so. I'm very new to the hobby, so I'm very, very green. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. And is it Dina? Did I say that right?
Yep, that's it. My name's Dina.
All right. Well, pleasure to meet you as well. I've got a 6-year-old. He just turned 6, and we wanted to get him a birthday present. And we've been trying to get him off his iPad because he's developing an addiction to Minecraft. So we figured instead of having him bring the iPad to the kitchen table to eat dinner, we decided we were going to get him a little fish tank. So
Okay.
we made our way over to the fish store and we got a little tank. So I ended up buying a tank for myself, and now within the last week we're up to 3 tanks, and 1 tank is empty.
All right.
Awesome.
So if I may, I would just like to ask you a few questions. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I do want to show you my setup. So I'm totally buying into your philosophy of keeping a natural tank. I've put soil and sand, so I went and bought the soil. Now, unfortunately, I put about 2 inches of the soil and 1 inch of the sand, and I think it should have been maybe reversed. So I've got more soil than I have sand, but I'll just take you for a quick tour. These are diamond tetras. I've got 3 diamond tetras in there.
How long has this been set up?
2 weeks.
Okay.
Now, I really didn't know how to plant some of these plants. I actually stuck them in there with that little spongy stuff that they come shipped with. And then after I watched the video, I was like, oh boy, I better get this right. So I replanted everything. The one question that I have is there's like this, I don't know, like this kind of cottony material at the bottom of this grass.
Yeah.
Is that normal? Is that supposed to stay on there, or do I take that off?
Well, you should take it off.
Yeah.
It's not beneficial at all.
Yeah. Okay. And then these other plants, they started, they were planted.
I don't think it's harmful, but it's not really beneficial.
Okay, wonderful. These plants here that are now sitting at the top of the tank, they were initially planted into the ground, but then they started to float up a little bit. And I figured, okay, maybe these are just supposed to be floating plants. But in your opinion, is this a good idea for my setup here to have these floating plants?
They'll be okay. They will put out roots. They will derive nutrients from the water column. They're stem plants. Now, the exception is the long green one.
Yeah.
That's Vallisneria. That has a root on the end of it. And I see you've got them rooted down in there. So that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
If it has a root, put the root in the bottom.
Right.
If it's a stem, it'll develop roots, which will then make it easier for you to plant. And you can plant them lying on their side rather than straight up and down. That'll help to hold them down better.
Right. Okay. And this big piece of driftwood here, it's been almost 2 weeks. And if I take out this rock, that piece of wood is going to float right up. How long does it take before this thing will eventually just learn to behave and just sit?
It may never.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
If it's very dense, then there's air trapped in there that simply cannot get out. What you can do about that is drill a hole through a flat rock like a piece of slate and screw it with a stainless steel to the bottom of the piece of wood to hold it down. That
right.
rock and allows you to do that.
Okay, great. That's a great tip. And as far as cycling the water out, I haven't cycled any water out. How long should it be before I do take a little bit of this water out, or should I take any water out at all?
You should only take water out if there's a good reason to do it. There's no particular reason to do it.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
no benefit to removing water. Water is H2O.
Right.
You take it out and put it back in, you've replaced water with water. It's what's in the water that's the issue. And what you have is an environment that's releasing nutrients into the water column. So with that sand bed, as thin as it is, you may find that the water is getting discolored.
Okay.
The fix for that, you can take water out. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What you probably will need to do is add another inch or more of sand Right now, it does not look like it's a problem.
Right.
So I would not do anything right now. But if
Okay.
it starts getting discolored, add an inch of sand. You
Right.
could have a total of 4 inches of sand in there, capping that 2 inches of dirt, and it would not be too much.
Wow.
So if you have two, that's better. You could add 3. You could add 4. At this point, I would do nothing unless it becomes an issue, and then just add another inch of sand. But I
Yeah.
think you're okay. I don't think you have a problem.
Okay, great. And I'm planning to go to a local stream. I like the idea of getting a leaf in there. How often should I put a new leaf in there?
Well, the leaves are nutrient. They are food for microfauna. So as it deteriorates, you need to replace it. What you really need is a leaf bed. You need a small handful in there and put a handful in every week and begin building that up so that you have microfauna living in that leaf material. So it
Right.
actually becomes a strata in the tank.
Exciting. I'll just quickly show you, if I may. This is our little beta fish. And this is the first fish that we purchased. Can you see his fins?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're just concerned if he looks healthy because yesterday, we went out and bought another beta. And Vincent, can you open the light, please? We bought another beta, and his fins just look a little bit more healthy.
Show me the other one again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He's got some problems. And I can't really tell what it is. He's droopy, so he's not real happy. He could have, are you seeing deterioration in the fins? Or is it kind of stable?
He's kind of stable. He's very responsive. Like he'll follow our fingers. He made a little bubble bed in the corner of the tank.
Okay.
It's just.
Yeah, I would just keep an eye on him. The fins should improve. It should. If he's healthy, he'll some of those fins will grow back out, and he'll begin to look better.
Okay, and would you suggest that I put also like leaves in this kind of tank as well? Because this is just
yeah, absolutely. Particularly for bettas because they're looking for that kind of nutrition all the time. They're looking for little microscopic animals that they can eat. That's a major food source for bettas in the wild. So
right.
yeah, definitely. It'll also help make that tank healthier.
Okay, fantastic. I'm just going to introduce you to my son really quickly. Vincent, do you want to say hi to Father Fish and Dina?
Hey.
Hi there. How are you? Happy to see you.
Do you want to? You're on the internet.
And this pet fish, look.
No, they saw. Tell them what your fish's name is, Vincent.
The fish, his name is Red Apple.
Red Apple, that's a nice name.
That is.
What's the name of the new one?
What's the name of the new one? What did Mommy call that one?
Petunia.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
Petunia, because my wife thinks that the fish looks like a petunia plant, but it's a boy, so we're calling it Petunio.
That works.
Only thing, isn't it? That's I like it.
No, they saw it already, Vincent. Say thank you. So, Vincent, this is my son's first time on the internet. He just turned 6 years old. He loves fish.
I'm delighted to meet you.
Yeah, and Thank you for all your wisdom and all your creativity with your videos. And we're on board, and we're going to continue to watch and support your channel.
Happy to have you on the team.
Okay.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Look.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you again. God bless. Take care.
Yeah.
Too.
Cute.
Yeah, he's adorable.
Oh. Have you got this shirt? Somebody asking for the shirt.
Yep, I put the link in the comments for him.
Oh, good.
I need to put a link to the Discord channel because I don't know if Doc is in the Discord channel. He'd have a lot of fun with that.
Right. I thought of that same thing. Wanting to know how to heal the beta. Yeah, it's just a matter of giving it a healthy environment. It will heal itself. And healing is a natural function of any healthy organism. The trick is to rid it of what is preventing it from being able to heal. What is overwhelming it is healing nature.
Mm-hmm.
And that usually is one or another form of pollution.
Right.
Or the opposite of that, which is an environment that is so sterile that nothing can survive in it. A sterile environment is just as dangerous, if not more so, than a biologically very diverse environment.
That's so true.
It may be more dangerous than a polluted environment.
Right.
A polluted environment is one in which the nutrients are out of balance.
Mm-hmm.
In which, for example, the available biological activity happening in that volume of water is not sufficient to cope with the volume of refuse, of nutrient that's coming into it. Refuse, waste is nutrient. If that is controlled at a level where it can be assimilated effectively, then what is created is a healthy, growing, thriving environment. If the nutrients are overwhelming the ability of the environment to assimilate them, to take them in and use them, then it gets overwhelmed by them. Now, there's one more thing that's important to consider. You can feed fish a certain amount of food every day, and they eat every bit of it. You feed them the identical amount of food the next day, and they eat every bit of it. They're pooping it out at a rate that may exceed the ability of the environment they're living in to assimilate their waste. If you have, for example, a sterile environment, there will be nothing in that environment to break down that waste. And so the waste then will act as a pollutant. They're eating the food every day. I'm not overfeeding. Look, they're eating everything I put in there every day. They eat every bit of it every day. But if you're not looking at the waste and what's happening to the waste, if it is not being broken down, then you are overfeeding because you're providing more nutrient into the system than it is capable of handling. That's why it is so vital to have a diverse food web, a diverse biological system in the tank with as much diversity as possible. That's the real value of going out into a pond or a ditch or a creek or a stream and bringing in material that contains all of those organisms, all of that life, that bacteria, the microfauna, the macrofauna, all of that, bringing all that in so it can act as a part of the environment in your tank and provide a richer environment in your tank in order to cope with what's going on there, in order to deal with the waste from the fish or the plants or the whatever. So it's a matter of maximizing the diversity as opposed to minimizing the diversity in order to have a healthy environment.
That makes sense.
Rods sharp. Hello, hello. How much is an average Corrigoran? Price wise, $5 to $10.
Mhm.
What else is going on here? Bronze core. Yeah, there are a lot of, well, the Aeneas and the albino Aeneas are some of the cheapest ones. There are cories that are hundreds of dollars.
Oh yeah.
Extremely rare cories that are never brought in. It's the price really is a function of availability. Things that are obviously easy to breed and easy to ship are inexpensive. Things that are hard to breed, hard to ship are expensive. It's real. It costs the same amount of money to collect either of them, depending on their availability. The price is a function of availability. Matthew Hudson says we have cories in our rivers. Wow.
That's cool.
I wonder where do you live, Matthew?
Yeah.
Must be in Colombia, I would think. Maybe Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Plants best for a beginner tank. Probably the stem plants. They're always the easiest to work with. But there are rooted plants that are too, like Vallisneria, sword, some of those kinds of things. So I would always recommend though, as a starter plant, the stem plants. Now you may find, as many people do, after 6 months or so, you don't much like them anymore because they're kind of hard to control and they get leggy if you don't prune them regularly.
Mm-hmm.
So I tend not to put stem plants in my tanks in favor of rooted plants or other specialty plants because their growth rate is slower and they're more stable kind of plant. Trinidad and Tobago, Island of the Guppies. Oh, how nice. I've not
Wow.
been to Trinidad. I've been to Barbados.
Mhm.
And I've been to, what's the other island? Oh, golly. Dominica. Dominica? Dominique. I've been to Dominique. In fact, I worked on a coral farm in Dominique for a short time and did a lot of diving. Wonderful, wonderful diving. Just magnificent diving with a tremendous variety of animals. It was it was just really wonderful. Very, very, very thrilling to be able to go into 30, 40 feet of water and see things I could only dream about seeing. Really,
Wow, that had to be amazing.
it was remarkable. Book is close. I got a call today that the graphics for the text for the graphics are done. The section on aquascaping is done. Most of the writing now, nearly all of it, is done. We keep adding because we're constantly researching. We've been adding things to it that are new ideas and new knowledge that's come up. So we keep plugging new things into it. But we're at a point now where we've proofread the bulk of it. We need to finish that process, get it in final form so that we can publish. I'm hoping we're no more than a month or two at the most away. By this Christmas, we will be, I'm going to nail that to the wall. You guys listen to me. You guys working on the book. You've got until Christmas to get it delivered. Whatever condition it's in by then, it's going public. I don't know if I could really get away with it. I don't think I could really get away with that.
Probably not. But hey, you can try.
We're close. I know we're close. We're close.
Yeah, we
You
are.
know, the thing is, there are a small group of people who have been working diligently on this for a year and a half to 2 years, working every single day on it. Some of them working virtually full time on it. Others staying up late nights, day after day, week after week, month after month working on it. It is a genuinely remarkable piece of work. It's going to knock the socks off the industry. It's utterly remarkable. And my name is not on it, not as an author. I am not an author. I've contributed a few things to it, but I'm not a primary author. It's written by other people who themselves will benefit from its sale. That's the commitment to them, that they will derive the profit from this endeavor. Some of it will come back into Father Fish because Father Fish is paying 12 people. Some of them, many of them, most of them, full-time salaries. We got a big nut. And YouTube ain't no help at all. It's you guys that are making it happen by shopping with us in our store. And it's really the store that's the key to it. The plants and the soil that we sell, the stem plant pack is we sell. Last week we sold 62 stem plant bundles. Add those numbers up. That represented about a third of our income for the week. Our expenses are equal to that. We try to keep them below that as best we can because we don't have a lot of money in reserve. So we try to make it. We try to make it with what we got, and we have not missed a payroll, not missed one payroll, not missed one commitment. So we're a little bit late on one or two, maybe a week, but we're We're keeping up. And it's you guys that are making it possible. And it's beginning to grow. What we really need is growth. That's why we're doing this store, to get another income stream. I know this YouTube's starting to pick up a little bit. I'm hoping by the fall, by Christmas, things will be really popping and we'll be at 25% above where we are today. If we can do that, then we can all breathe easy and do some of the really exciting, fun things that we want to be able to do.
Definitely.
So it's all good. It's all good. We're doing great. Make sure we're helping you in every way we can. Our commitment to you is to give you healthy plants, to give you appropriate material. We sell bags of dirt. We sell supplement. We sell literally bags of dirt, but it ain't just dirt. It is the most sophisticated soil, literally, that you can buy anywhere. Nobody is doing a more valuable soil than what we're providing. Nobody. Absolutely guaranteed. If you want potting soil, soil for specialty plants, whatever, this is what you want to get. There is nothing better. And you will never need fertilizer.
My little fishes.
Not sure what happened there.
I clicked on. Hey,
it happens.
8:13. We got half an hour, 45 minutes left. We're doing. Is that right? No, we're over.
Yeah, we're over. You're right.
We're over. Right. God, it was funny. 3 hours. Oh my God. All right. So we'll play the song. So we're done, guys. We're out of here.
Bye, guys.
I love you all to pieces.
Love y'all.
Back. We will be back Wednesday night. Come join us Wednesday. We'll have even more fun than we had tonight because it's always fun. We always have a great time meeting new people, learning new things, just having a thrill in our little world of tropical fish. Love you all.
Love you guys.
Swim about their home. I love my little fishies as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine things of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found a peace that comes from watching my fishies as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Love y'all.